Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be doing hip hop versus rap 2024. We're doing Immortal Technique versus Deezi, Dance with the Devil or BloodyMar. We're going to come to find out who you guys think is the winner. I found the music video for Immortal Technique. It took off about a minute or so, so there's a couple lyrics that are missing, but overall it's the whole song, and I don't think it's going to make a difference when we compare the two songs. So let's get into it with Immortal Technique and Dance with the Devil.
I once knew a nigga whose real name was William. His primary concern was making $1 million, being the illest hustler that the world ever seen. He used to fuck movie stars and sniff coke in his dreams. A corrupted young mind at the age of 13. Nigga never had a father and his mom was a fiend. She put the pipe down, but for every year she was sober. Her son's heart simultaneously grew colder. He built a reputation cause he could hustle and steal, but got locked once and didn't hesitate to squeal. Starting fights over little shit up on the block. Stepped up to selling mothers and brothers the crack rock, working overtime, making money for the crack spot. Hit the jackpot and wanted to move up to cocaine, fulfilling the Scarface fantasy stuck in his brain. Tired of the block niggas treating him the same. He wanted to be major like the cutthroats and the thugs, but when he tried to step to him, niggas showed him no love. They told him any motherfucking coward can sell drugs. Any bitch nigga with a gun can bust slugs. Any nigga with a red shirt can front like a blood. Even Puffy smoked the motherfucker up in the club, but only a real thug can stab someone till they died. Standing in front of them, staring straight into their eyes, Billy realized that these men were well guarded, and they wanted to test him before business started. Suggested raping a bitch to prove he was cold-hearted. So now he had a choice between going back to his life or making money with made men. Up in the sight, his dreams about cars and ice made him agree a hardcore nigga is all he ever wanted to be. And so he met them Friday night at 2:45.
So right here we can see it's about a 13-year-old
and I can't turn back.
Just become successful. He started hustling.
I'm falling and I can't turn back. They drove around the project slow while it was raining, smoking blunts, drinking and joking for entertainment, until they saw a woman on the street walking alone, 3 in the morning, coming back from work on the way home. And so they quietly got out the car and followed her. Walking through the projects, the darkness swallowed her. They wrapped her shirt around their head and knocked her onto the floor. This is it, kid, now you got your chance to be raw. So Billy yoked her up and grabbed the chick by the hair and dragged her into a lobby that had nobody there. She struggled hard, but they forced her to go up the stairs. They got to the roof and then held her down on the ground, screaming, "Shut the fuck up and stop moving around." The shirt covered her face, but she screamed and clawed. So Billy stomped on the bitch till he broke in her jaw. Them dirty bastards knew exactly what they were doing. They kicked her until they cracked her ribs and she stopped moving. Blood leaking through the cloth, she cried silently, and then they all proceeded to rape her violently. Billy was made to go first, but each of them took a turn, ripping her up and choking her until her throat burned. Her broken jaw mumbled for God, but they weren't concerned. When they were done and she was lying bloody, broken and bruised, one of them niggas pulled out a brand new 22. They told him that she was a witness for what she'd gone through, and if he killed her, he was guaranteed a spot in the crew. He thought about it for a minute, she was practically dead, and so he leaned over and put the gun right to her head. Right before he pulled the trigger and ended her life, he thought about the cocaine with the platinum and ice, and he felt strong standing along with his new brothers. Cocked the gat to her head and pulled back the shirt cover, but what he saw made him start to cringe and stutter, cause he was staring into the eyes of his own mother. She looked back at him and cried cause he had forsaken her. She cried more painfully, and when they were raping her, his whole world stopped. He couldn't even contemplate. His corruption had successfully changed his fate, and he remembered how his mom used to come home late, working hard for nothing, cause now what was he worth? He turned away from the woman that had once given him birth, and crying out to the sky cause he was lonely and scared, but only the devil responded cause God wasn't there. And right then he knew what it was to be empty and cold, and so he jumped off the roof and died with no soul. They say death takes you to a better place, but I doubt it. After that they killed his mother and never spoke about it. And listen, cause the story that I'm telling is true, cause I was there with Billy Jacobs and I raped his mom too. And now the devil follows me everywhere that I go. In fact, I'm sure he's standing among one of you at my shows, in every street cypher listening to little thugs flow. He could be standing right next to you and you wouldn't know. There's no diversity because we're burning in the melting pot. So when the devil wants to dance with you, you better say never, because a dance with the devil might last you forever.
Now So this is the Immortal Technique, Dance with the Devil. Like I said, this song is pretty deep. It starts with a 13-year-old who wants to just hustle and steal and make money. He wants to be successful. He gets caught up and he ends up snitching. As soon as he snitches, he snitches, and then because he snitches, people can't trust him. So for him to get in that group again is difficult, and he finds a group that's gonna accept him for what he did. But in order for him to prove himself, he's gonna have to R a lady, because anyone could kill anyone. Like Puffy shot someone, like they said in the song. But for him to prove himself, he's gonna have to R a lady. So they're chilling at night together, and they find someone walking around 3 in the morning. They go up and they handle their business, and when they take off the shirt, he comes to find out the person that they R'd was his mom. He was in shock because she gave him birth, and because of this, he committed suicide. And it says he had no spirit. And people say you go to a better place when you die, but because of his actions and the things he decided to do for money and greed, he wasn't gonna have a good afterlife. So I like this song because it has a story, it has context, you can understand what he's talking about, and you can see how the greed and being successful evolved from something little, from him starting small to becoming bigger and bigger, and ultimately where it led him nowhere. Now let's get into the second song, which is gonna be Lil Deezi and BloodyMar.
Oh, Corral?
You think you a man with a gun in your hand? I'm a man without a man without a man.
Shit, since y'all asking, it's what happened. Since y'all asking, it's what happened, nigga. Since y'all asking, it's what happened. Since y'all asking, it's what. Most of the niggas hear this, they gon' probably think I'm capping, but this based on true events. I still repent this ever happened. It was me and BloodyMar toting them blowers up in traffic. It was he, the city started over me, he really crashed. We gon' tell y'all how it happened. Ain't no sugarcoating how my brother's story ended. Recommend you listen closely. When it come to all the homies, BloodyMar was probably oldest. When it come to making cheese, BloodyMar the one who showed us, nigga. But you know how that shit get when you the coldest, nigga. People notice niggas, out of envy do the most. One nigga look, that's dinner how this story starts off. My brother had some partners who backdoored him out his spot. I ain't even gon' get them niggas to call and say what happened, but it pushed my brother back, lost what he stacking, stopped the rapping. He the one that got me rapping, so I was just confused. Like, brother, how you gon' stop it? So much we was supposed to do. He like, fuck it, I'm trying to shoot. He was hurt to tell the truth. He got snaked up out his boots. I told him all kings gotta lose, but he like, fuck the music. He plotting on revenge, and plus he was money hungry just like me. He wanna win, so he brought a couple plans to make a couple bands, and I ain't have to tag along, but I'ma roll just for my mans. He dancing with the devil, so slowest of the dances. Mar lost all that he had left, so it left him to take some chances, nigga. Mar left him to take some chances, nigga. It's the slowest of the dances, nigga. Dancing with the devil, it's the slowest of the dances. Now it's 9 p.m. We on the way to last something. It's 3 plays and one night we feel the cash coming. The first we hit was strictly feet, we left his ass running. He had drinking carts, it stopped his heart the way we snatched something. Now to the next, at first was a success. Me and brother got adrenaline, my heart gon' leave my chest. The second play that hit us, we got on as soon as possible, and this a bigger play. Gotta play it extra logical. Knowing my big brother, he thought of something real clever. He broke me down to play quick and we blitzed that boy for his treasure. Certain shit I remember, especially his crying, how he dropped all of his shit when Fuddy looked him in his eye. But anyway, we on the third. 50 bands of perks, but Mar wanna play it different. I listen when brother chirp. He like, I'ma leave my pot, but you keep one up top, and we gon' wait in these apartments to plug, then we come to shop. I'm like, cool, so I'ma pull the move. He like, nah, listen, Lou, wait in the back, watch what I do. I'm like, bro, just take your two. He like, just trust me and stay here. You gon' see me come right back with a pack of blue souvenirs. See, I trust my brother life for my life, so I let him go. I made sure he ain't want my pole. He said no while looking for love. More like I think that's him. He starts to push to his 10. I'm waiting right where he told me. I told him to bring his blick. Nigga. Nigga. Nigga.
More blood. Man with a gun in your hand.
Never gonna miss your life. I'm a man with my every day, really my big brother. Niggas supposed to do this shit together. I mean, niggas be losing sleep over this shit. Keep it rocking on nigga. Like him up.
I'm not gonna say the song was bad. It, like, they're talking about how the brother, I guess he was doing things big, and I guess his homies came through the back door. I guess they taxed him. They came up. Because of that, the brother wanted to stop doing what he was doing. I guess he got into rapping because of his older brother. He wanted to seek revenge because he was money hungry. It goes to them going to a spot and then them splitting directions. But I don't really understand the ending of it. It talks about a little bit of them flipping and making money. But like the story's kind of there, but it's not fully there. It's kind of all over the place. I feel it a little choppy. I'm not saying it was bad. I'm not saying it didn't rhyme. I'm just saying, like, I don't get to the main point of the song. Like, I don't get the ending. I don't get what was he trying to explain. I don't get the main point of the song. Like, I'm trying to get to that, and I just, like, it feels like it was choppy. Like, I understand what he was saying, but I don't understand the point he was saying. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. But if it comes to comparison, I like Immortal Technique because you could see where the song's going from beginning to end. The story's more in place. It's not choppy. And it makes the point across. Don't become greedy. Don't let Satan take over you, because in the end it's going to lead you nowhere. You're going to have nothing. Even if you have something, it's going to disappear. Let me know in the comments. I know there's some parts I probably missed. Also, Lil Deezi, I don't know all of his slang terms, so I'm sure there's some things that I missed or didn't fully understand because of this newer generation. I know my son put GMFU, and I had to Google what that meant. So go ahead in the comments and leave anything that I might have missed out in some verses, so I could have better context and better understanding. Thanks, and make sure you hit that like button, and I'll see you guys on the next one.